Our presentation to JVC went a little quicker than expected, so we're going to start this a little earlier than we've been scheduled, and I appreciate your patience so far. Joined by Don Mattis, I meet the Department of Labor and Employment, Greg Lopez in the Small Business Administration. Don Childers is on his way from the Colorado Banking Association. Jim Lyons, who is the person who heads up our jobs cabinet, this effort that we have that is really about bringing people from economic development, from the education sector, the private sector together to really look at the workforce demands going forward and how we're educating people to meet the workforce demands. Jim will also join me, and Don Elliman is with me as well this morning as we make this presentation. I want to go over several economic development initiatives from my administration that we'll be working on in the coming weeks and in the coming months. They're really about economic development. They very much overlap with things that I just said in the JVC presentation. As you know, we are in an extremely tough time nationally and internationally. And as I've said again and again, to date, Colorado seems to be somewhat buffered from the worst parts of it. And again, that's just for now. It's important that our economic development efforts be aggressive in this environment. We need to keep our businesses strong. We want to do all we can to keep employers strong. We need to protect jobs, and if we have the opportunity, we need to create new ones. We need to strengthen our job training and job creation programs. And we need to keep recruiting new companies and new investments from around the world. That's why my administration is recommending that we make a $12 million investment in some very specific economic development efforts. These are investments that we believe will really play to our strengths and result in high dividends and strong returns on the investments. Investments are in the following: the new energy economy job training programs that would be run together by community colleges and private businesses. You were in the JVC presentation. I was asked a question about the state's role in job creation, and I said, think about our education system as being a place where we can absolutely intersect with job creation. This example of Vestas, this company that's building 4 manufacturing plants in different places up and down the Front Range, but specifically one plant in Pueblo is partnered with the Pueblo Community College to ensure that the workforce that's coming out of the Pueblo Community College is ready to enter the market and ready really to work at a place like Vestas where they need highly skilled labor. We're making additional investments in the Clean Energy Fund to spur new businesses, new projects, and new jobs. We're creating an Access to Capital initiative to enhance the availability of credit for small businesses. And again, as I said before this morning, we believe that small businesses are such an important economic driver, some would even call them the backbone of Colorado's economy. We're making additional investments in the Bioscience Fund, specifically for immediate job creation efforts around bioscience. In addition to help keeping us from the downturn, I directed my administration to take several immediate actions. First, we declared November 20th, Keep Colorado Working Day. We'll hold 7 regional job fairs or hiring events around Colorado to connect job seekers with prospective employers. The 63 Colorado Workforce Centers also will be holding open houses that same day, November 20th. We'll be promoting the Connecting Colorado website. It's connectingcolorado.org. Website allows companies to post job openings and allow job seekers to review those listings for free. And the Job Line 9 hotline will be operating throughout the day on November 20th. It's unprecedented. This is a statewide drive to keep Coloradans working. Second, we'll be launching a series of regional small business finance forums around the state in December. We're partnering with the Small Business Administration, Colorado Bankers Association, the Colorado Enterprise Fund, and others to give small businesses as much information about available resources and direct access to those resources as possible. Third, we'll be announcing our complete business development package for the 2009 legislative session in December. We've worked with the business community in defining what a package should look like. We did this a year ago. We were successful. We passed 100% of the business development package in 2008, and we will be doing the same in 2009 in terms of putting that package together for the legislative session. Fourth, my office will be working directly with the new Obama administration and the new Congress on economic recovery. We want to ensure that if there is another economic stimulus package, that it includes investments in transportation and energy infrastructure as an immediate and direct way to create new jobs in Colorado. Finally, Don Elliman and I, along with others from the Denver and Colorado community, leave on Saturday for an economic development trade mission to Asia with 40 Colorado business leaders. The mission will focus on attracting new investments in our energy, bioscience, and tourism sectors. These are challenging times, and there was some discussion in the JBC presentation this morning about, again, the state's role in economic development. Became kind of narrowly focused for a moment about one item that has to do with just our efforts at economic development that include both access to capital and partnering with community colleges. Quite frankly, there's a lot that the state does around economic development. Our investment in higher ed has been part of our strategy on economic development. Our conversation about what we need to do a better job of funding transportation, and particularly in a year where the federal funding and the Senate Bill $1 go away, we need to look at transportation funding as part of our economic development strategy. So think education, think transportation, think the kinds of things that we do to really build the new energy economy here. Those are all ways that we look at developing the economy in Colorado. We know the times are uncertain, and we know that so far, as I said, we've been buffered by some of the worst headwinds that other places in the country have faced, but we are focusing on creating jobs, focusing on economic development, so we hope to be able to say at the end of 2009 that we experienced a year where we didn't experience the worst parts of the downturn, and that, quite frankly, we were resilient coming out of it as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our next speaker, who is Don Matas, the Executive Director of Colorado Department of Labor and Employment.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I guess I want to start by saying, although we are in the department really pleased to be there for those folks who are facing unemployment and filing unemployment claims, it's obviously a vital role that we play. Our department is critical in another area, and that is in the workforce system that we have. And through our over 63 offices across the state, we work with employers and people looking for work to help them hone their skills, to help them look at new occupations they may be qualified for. Maybe they just need resume work. We really are the backbone of the state's workforce system. And during this very difficult time, it's when we really need to step up to the plate and do as much as we can through that system to make sure that folks who are looking for work and employers who are looking for workers that are out there